The ABC's hosting its first studio debate, election debate, live and free, of course, from its new Parramatta studios. And who else, Nate, would you get to host this other than the one and only David Speers? Spearsy, good morning.
Very good morning from Parramatta to York. We're at opposite ends.
Look at that. Technology can do anything these days, David. So first of all, for the people who are tuning in, getting the popcorn ready, what are the rules of this debate going to be?
So this is where it's all going to happen. We're in the debate studio here in Parramatta, where tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, the two leaders, Anthony Albanese and Peter Dutton, they'll be at these podiums behind me, face to face. And look, the rules are pretty simple. They're going to be answering my questions for an hour. And look, what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks is going through the many thousands of questions that have been fed in from Australians all over through the ABC Your Say project. We've actually been out and about picking people off the street as well, talking about, you know, what sort of question would you want to ask the two guys who are vying to be this nation's leader after May 3. And we've had some really interesting responses. Some of the issues raised do match up with the sort of things that we're hearing discussed on the campaign each day. Some of them don't. So we've got a good mixture of issues, and it's trying to really crunch that down into the main issues we want to focus on in the time we have. We'd love to spend hours and hours, with all I would anyway, going through, putting them through their paces. But we have 1 hour tonight to really focus on what matters to Australian people and what matters for the future of this country, given all the uncertainty that we're facing right now. So, yes, very much looking forward to it this evening.
Now, good luck getting them to answer your questions directly. We'll see if they do. You can't give away any of the curly questions, of course. What are some of the big themes you think that are on the minds of voters? That Your Say project has been a really, really useful tool and kind of an interesting insight into what Australians are thinking.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to give away even the themes at this point. We're keeping that pretty closely held. We want these leaders to really be put on the spot in terms of being able to answer the questions. So people, because, you know, often what we see, I think, in election campaigns is, you know, fairly slick packaged product that they're messaging to voters on social media and other platforms. But the beauty of having them for a live, unscripted debate is you can actually see how they perform unprepared. You know, no doubt they'll be rehearsing as best they can, but yeah, I don't want to give away too much about where we're going to go tonight. Look, it won't surprise them, the sort of main issues that have been the focus of this campaign. But yeah, there are some areas where they haven't really been tested that do matter to a lot of Australians.
It's a pretty pivotal moment, Speersy. I wonder if we get your analysis. We're halfway through the campaign, but we're about to head into the Easter weekend. It's school holidays, then there's going to be Anzac Day, and then suddenly we shoot out and it's the final few days of the campaign. I mean, if things were going to shift drastically, you think they'd have to be happening pretty soon.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We're 2.5 weeks in, 2.5 weeks to go. So we really are at the midpoint of this campaign. So far, the momentum has been going Labor's way. Really, that started before the campaign, but, you know, that's continued in the last couple of weeks. We're seeing that in the polling numbers over the last week or two as well. Peter Dutton is the one who needs a game changer. You know, we had the two campaign launches on Sunday and he really rolled out some big policy, but so did Labor, and they were both on housing, and they perhaps, you know, sort of cancel each other out. There's one poll this morning in the 9 newspapers that suggests that, you know, Labor's offerings are regarded as a little better by more voters than are happy with what Peter Dutton's offering. So he still needs that game changer, is the point. Tonight's an opportunity for him to try and shift things. Whether he does, we'll see, because you're right. After tonight, you know, people are going to start to switch off over the Easter long weekend. Then you've got the Anzac Day long weekend. Then we're into the final week of this contest. And don't forget, early voting starts on Tuesday. So we're less than a week now from early voting beginning. So there's not a lot of time. And this sort of mid-campaign pause that we're going to hit over Easter and Anzac Day, it might shift momentum, it might not. Who knows what might come along from Donald Trump or someone else, or, you know, often towards the end of campaigns you might get a stumble, more than just falling off a stage, but a genuine stuff up in a campaign. You might see, you know, dirt that one side's been holding back until the end tipped out. So there's still the prospect for change in the last couple of weeks of this.
And David, I'm going to let you go now, but I just wanted to ask, you're an old hand at this sort of thing. You did your first debate back in 2007. We know the leaders get a bit nervous. Do you, or do you just go in and think, nah, it's another day, another dollar, just get it done?
Yeah, look, I hope you don't have pictures of baby David Speers in 2007 hosting my first election debate at the National Press Club. I remember it well. It was John Howard and Kevin Rudd. We had a panel of journalists, and yes, I didn't have quite as much grey hair as today. Look, you do get nervous at times. I don't know. I'm feeling okay about tonight. I think they'll be nervous as well. They know this is a high-stakes moment, but it's that sort of nervous energy that can sometimes be harnessed for good.
Oh, there you go. Good to hear. The always stylish David Speers. You haven't aged a day. All the best for this evening.
Thanks, mate.